This is Omar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in London, launch press conference for Buatsi v Richards, May 21st. I'm joined by Joshua Buatsi. Nice to get a big domestic clash on.
It is, man, it is. As I said in the press, you go to other fights and you see people getting ready to have their show. And now I'm doing one, so I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, Craig Richards, of course, I'm sure you know him from being so close in terms of where you were brought up, and obviously both South London boys. So, yeah, just tell me about what you know about Craig Richards away from seeing him in the ring.
Away from the ring, I think we're from areas that are close. He's from Palace, I'm from Croydon. I know he's been boxing, I've been boxing. There's not much to say away from boxing, because it is because of boxing how we know each other. But it is what it is, man. We know each other, but we're still going to have to fight and get a show on.
It doesn't seem like there's too much animosity there. What are your feelings towards Craig Richards?
I respect Craig. I know the guy, do you know what I mean? There's not any negative feelings. It's what we're doing. It's a job that we have to do. So May 21st, as you see, I'll come out, there'll be no emotion, and it will be time to fight.
Just business.
As always, man, no doubt. But I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I go to other shows and people have their shows. They've got good dancing partners. I've got one now, so we look forward to putting on a good show.
Josh, you've had some really tough fights in your career. Of course, the Marco Kalic fight was
You said I've had some tough fights.
tough fights in your career, like the Kalic fight. No?
Besides the eye closing, I don't think it was a fight where my eye closed, I think, the fourth round. And for 3 rounds, I had one eye. So in that aspect, yeah, it was a hard fight. But other than that, I don't think my 15 fights, I've had hard fights. The last fight I had with...
Bolotniks. On paper, that was a really good fight.
In terms of it being on paper, it was, yeah. And even in the ring, you're right, because I did put him down and he came back before I took him out. But I don't think I've been in wars or had very hard fights.
Do you expect this to be the toughest one?
I think it will pose a different threat. So that, again, will present itself in a different way. But for me, I'll be ready, bro. Any threats that's presented, I'll be there, I'll take it. So I think, yeah, he's not Bolotniks, he's not all the other guys that I fought. But I'll handle business as always.
Are you one of them fighters that takes a lot of note of your opponents? You study your opponents, or do you just concentrate on yourself?
I think I'm more of what I'm doing. I always say, if I'm improving on myself in the gym and myself as a fighter, that's going to be good enough to beat whoever I face. So that's mainly my approach. But I think, to an extent, you have to study who you're going to fight, so you don't go in there not knowing what to expect.
So having said that, what have you made of Craig Richards' career so far and some of his notable wins?
I think a fight of his that I was at was the Jake Bull one. I remember that one. Probably been to other fights of his that I can't remember. But again, a good domestic opponent. Not saying he's not world level, but domestically there's a few of us that I've said are good. He's one of them, so it's good that we're getting it on.
Break this fight down for me. How does it play out in your mind, and what makes you win this fight?
Me being able to box and fight. I think when it's time to box, I've shown that I can box. When it's time to fight, I've shown that I can fight. So I think whatever it is I have to do to win, that's what I'll be preparing to do. Again, you can't sit out this far and predict how a fight is going to go in terms of who's going to come out and what style is going to be presented. But like I said, whatever style I need to win, that's what I'm going to come out with.
I saw your post yesterday where it said no insects around here or something to that effect.
And someone said a spider's not an insect. I don't care where it is, but we get the gist of it. You feel me?
I feel you. Josh, I will have to ask you, we actually haven't spoke since Eddie put in an offer to Queensberry for yourself and Anthony Yarde. What was your knowledge about what happened there? Of course, we didn't get that fight in the end, so yeah, talk to me about that.
When I met Eddie, I think he said that they did put in an offer. In terms of a response, I think he had just done it, so there was no reply or anything. I can't give much more information about that, but for me, an offer has been put in. But the Yarde situation, right now we know is Spider, so that's who I got to deal with. So that can be a conversation for another day.
Well asked though, Eddie, you talked about Canelo Bivol there, and you said to make these kind of fights, you need to know what's next. So was that important to you to know that get through this fight and potentially you could have the winner of Canelo and Bivol?
Bro, I've stressed it that we will take all these fights as long as we know what's at the end of it. I've stressed it. There was a show Matchroom did in Arizona. I went on there and I said, guys, I'll fight any of these guys. Just let me know what the price is at the end. And the ultimate price, as we know it, is the World Championship belt. So for me, hearing that is good news for me. It's not bad news at all. It's good news.
Okay, JB, obviously you're back to America tomorrow for training camp. May 21st is going to come around quickly. Of course, we'll speak to you on fight week, but just give me a prediction now. What happens to Craig Richards May 21st?
It's simple. I'll win, man. I'll win. I'll have to prepare. There's a price to pay for the victory, and I'll be doing that when I'm away in camp. But I don't see this going any other way. I will win. That's one thing I know for sure.
Joshua Buatsi, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Safe travels back to the States tomorrow, and best of luck in camp with Virgil Hunter, all right? Speak soon.
Thank you very much, my man. Appreciate it.
Top man, thank you.